Let's talk about the effects of controls, in particular looking at the secondary and the further effects of each control. We'll start with the aileron, controlled with column input, so control column. Controls the aircraft on the longitudinal axis, as we mentioned, and the primary effect is roll. But what about the secondary effect? So we have two ailerons, a left-hand aileron and a right-hand aileron. Let's say we wanted to roll to the right. So what would happen is we'd input control column to the right. Our right-hand aileron would move up, and our left-hand aileron would actually move down. So what happens now is our left-hand wing has an increased angle of attack because it also has an increased camber, so therefore it's producing more lift. So this wing is producing more lift, so it picks up and we roll to the right. However, if we're producing more lift, we're producing more induced drag. So therefore, if we're producing more drag, the aircraft will have its secondary effect, which is yaw. So it will yaw out of the turn. So the secondary effect of the aileron is yawing out of the turn. And the further effect is we eventually will spiral. Let's talk about the elevator. So the elevator is on the trailing edge of the horizontal stabilizer, or the stabilator, depends on the aircraft you're flying. Controlled also via the control column, either backwards or forwards. Controls the aircraft on the lateral axis. The primary effect is pitch, so you can pitch up or pitch down. So let's say we wanted to pitch up. We'd pull back on the control column. The elevator would move up. The plane would pitch up. Secondary effect is we'd lose airspeed. And the further effect is we'd increase altitude. Vice versa, if we want to pitch down, we push the control column down. Elevator moves down. So we're pitching down now. Airspeed will increase and altitude will decrease. Finally, let's talk about the rudder. The rudder is on the vertical stabilizer on the fin of the aircraft, controlled by the rudder pedals, moves left or right, controls the aircraft on the normal axis. Primary effect is yaw. Okay, so let's say we wanted to yaw to the right, we'd step on the right rudder pedal. If we wanted to yaw to the left, we'd step on the left rudder pedal. So whichever pedal you step on is the direction you'll yaw on. So let's say we're yawing to the right, the rudder will move to the right, we step on the right rudder pedal. So as we yaw, the outer wing is traveling a further distance than the inner wing in the same amount of time. So what happens is our outer wing is traveling faster. And if it's traveling faster, it's going to produce more lift. So this means we reach the secondary effect. It's producing more lift, where the wing picks up. So as we yaw, we roll. So we yaw, roll into the turn. So the secondary effect is roll. And the further effect is, if we don't correct for this, we'll end up in a spiral. And that is a look at the effects of controls.